Welcome to the Barkada Podcast. We're here with a very special guest, Adana. How's it going?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. Let's talk about how we first met, and I think it was here at Manila Resto, right?
Yeah. I was visiting for the first time in Oshkosh. I think it was probably like a freshman orientation.
Okay.
And actually, it was probably like my second time because the first time it was my recruiting trip with Lauren,
Okay.
the head coach of the UW gymnastics team, and she's the one who suggested that we should come here to eat.
Okay.
And I was super excited because I was like, a Filipino restaurant in Oshkosh, a small town in Wisconsin. Like, who would have thought? But my dad and I ended up coming here after my freshman orientation, and we absolutely loved it. And I don't know, it's nice to have just like a little piece of home away from home. And I've come here like so many times, I've ordered from here so many times, and it just never disappoints.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, it's great. I love running into people and getting to know people that have been guests of ours, over the years and everything. And, you've been one of them, certainly.
Yeah.
So you've been here at in Oshkosh now for you were here for 4 years?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Does it feel like it's been 4 years?
It has, but hasn't at the same time, just because, like, I feel like my college experience was definitely very interesting with the whole COVID thing. And even though that happened, like, I still feel like I had the best 4 years here, despite, like, things being different, having to wear masks, not being able to fully do, like, gymnastics and stuff. I mean, I made the best out of the situation. My family, my teammates, the whole school the city made the best out of the situation. And I think we did the best that we could, but we still had a good time.
Yeah.
I feel like.
That's awesome. And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
You recently just graduated, right?
Yes.
This last weekend. How was the ceremony?
Long.
Yeah.
Hot.
As it always is around this time of year, right?
Oh, yeah.
You pack all those people in the Gulf.
Oh, yeah. I was sitting with my friends, and we were literally sharing one water bottle because we were just overheating, and we had our diplomas in our hands, and we were just like wanting to leave.
I've had my fair share of sitting through those ceremonies because I was part of the orchestra. So we were required to participate in like all the ceremonies. So I'm like, oh man. Yeah. However many years later, I'm like, I finally get to do this myself and not have to play.
Yeah. Did you play, like, what instrument did you play?
Violin.
Oh, I played violin too.
Oh,
up until like my sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
But it was like getting too much in the way of like my gymnastics, and gymnastics was a lot more important than.
Yeah, it's a lot of time commitment.
Violin was just something that I did on the side. I definitely miss playing it. So.
Yeah. We might have a little bit more time to pick it up again.
Sure, but they're just so expensive. So.
Yeah.
And I like doing my nails.
Oh,
so.
Sure. That's another thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Have to have short nails for that.
Yeah. So you were on the team then for gymnastics then all 4 years?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me what it was like to be like recruited in terms of, like how you ended up here in Oshkosh.
So one of my, up from like 6 years old to 18 years old, I was part of a club gymnastics, and I was part of that gym like from 6 to 18. And I had one teammate who graduated like years before me, and she ended up coming here to Oshkosh, and she was good friends with Lauren. Like, she was her coach and stuff, but like they just had a really good bond, good relationship. And she ended up coming back to visit, and I was just doing my gymnastics, and she comes up to me. My old teammate was just like, have you been looking at schools? And I said, yeah, it's just like I haven't had any luck with it. So then my old teammate is named Crystal. She was texting Lauren, sending her videos of like my practice that day, and then I ended up getting Lauren's number, and we were just like texting away and stuff like that. And then she told me to like come and visit, and I ended up visiting, and I was only here for like 2 days, and I had the best time.
Good, yeah.
Because I was a little iffy about, I've never heard of Oshkosh before. I was like, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But everyone was just so welcoming. The girls on the team were welcoming. The campus was beautiful. And then another girl was on that recruiting trip. Her name's Trinity. And come to find out, like, I've been friends with her. She's like my best friend. We've lived with each other for the past 4 years, and
that's awesome. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's an important thing about just wherever you decide to make your decision. Just you feel like at home, right? Like this is the place where you want to be and stuff. So.
Yeah, and I feel like, Lauren was really trying to convince me to be on the team, and then she said, "We have a Filipino restaurant in town," and I go, "Oh, well, that's another good pro."
Yeah, I remember when her kids went to, I think, Lourdes for a little bit, and I met her for the first time there, and then she says, "Oh, you're the one that owns Manila, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, we actually used Manila as a recruiting tool with one of our gymnasts, Adana. I'm like, "Oh, awesome." And we find that the university's been using, us as a spot to bring, professors or other people that they're interested in hiring and just kind of be like, hey, this is when they say it's a cool piece that we have here, in town to like, hey, cool things are happening around here, so.
It's nice to have diversity in this town because one thing I really pride about, like, being on the team, the gymnastics team, is that we're so diverse. We've come from all over the country. We have different cultures, and I was very appreciative of Lauren, like, making sure that, like, that was very important to her because we just have so many different backgrounds, but we still, like, connected somehow. Like, gymnastics was obviously, like, the big factor, but, like, despite the different backgrounds, we just had such a good bond.
Yeah. And, it was you. You were in here for lunch, and you said that you guys had to meet, like a week or two after you guys came here to visit. And like, oh, you guys come check it out. And that was the first time that I remember going, because I think I've gone, like, in years past, but, like, it was so cool just to be in that, like, environment and to see, like, everybody there competing. And it's like, it was good vibes all around. Like, everyone was having a good time. All the teams were moving around and cheering on their teams and stuff too, good energy.
Yeah, that's, like, the one thing I'm going to miss about gymnastics. It was, like, the competing part and stuff like that, but just, like, screaming my head off for trying to support my teammates and stuff like that. I don't know. It's definitely something I'm going to miss a lot, and losing my voice because I'm screaming so loud.
Yeah. I enjoyed seeing some of the swag you guys were doing. I think you were wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
What else do you guys have? You guys weren't wearing, like, a chain or anything, were you? Or
no. Just the glasses.
The glasses.
That,
okay.
that was, like, kind of like our new thing this year.
Yeah.
Just, like, I don't know. I don't know what else we do. We just do, like, a lot of cheers. We try to interact with the fans, the crowd, as much as we can because, like, obviously, like, our parents and the fans are another huge factor of why we do so well.
Yeah.
It's because they have our backs no matter what.
Yeah. It seemed like you guys have a good following and stuff, like your fans and stuff travel well.
Yeah.
Right? Where were nationals this year?
It was in the great, cold, sunny Winona, Minnesota.
Oh,
and it
all
was during spring break, so.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys all take a coach bus there, or
Yeah, we took the Titan bus.
Okay.
So obviously we had to show off that the Titans are champions.
Yeah.
Which we are.
Yeah, back to back too, right?
Yes, back to back.
There it is. Yeah. I was gonna say we got national champ right here. How does that feel? That's got to be pretty cool.
I to be honest, like, when that meet was going on, like, I knew that was my last ever gymnastics meet. I didn't want to think too much about, like, winning. I just wanted to stay in the moment and just, like, enjoy my just, like, the past 16 years that I've been in this sport.
Yeah.
And once it, like, got towards the end, once we were done competing, I definitely was nervous because I just, like, wasn't sure what to expect. But I feel like our parents kind of ruined it for us because we were walking out to awards because I knew it was between Oshkosh and lacrosse.
It was pretty tight.
Yeah, it was pretty tight. We were walking out to awards, and I just see lacrosse's section. They're just like, they look so upset. And then we're looking at our parents, and like, and I'm like, oh, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But when they were naming the awards, and they said every other team except our name, I was like, there's no way. Like, people were telling us, people were telling me, like, right after last year's nationals, like, every month leading up to it, saying, like, are you going to go back-to-back? And I said, of course we are.
Yeah.
But in the same time, I had that thought in the back of my head, like, I can't, like, put too much pressure on us, or, I don't know. But
it's big expectations, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like, that was kind of like Lauren kept reminding us to, like, stay grounded. Like, we are the reigning national champions, like, but we just have to go out there and just do the gymnastics that we know how to do and just trust each other, trust our gymnastics. And we ended up doing just that. And I don't know, I just remember when I heard our names, I was just like, there's no way. There's no way that just happened. Yeah. Like, and not even that, like, we were also, like, 3-peat WEAC champions, too. And I don't know. I was just, in that moment, I was just so grateful because I kept telling my parents and my teammates, it's like, no one, there's not enough people in the world to say, like, they were back-to-back, 3-peat. And I was just, like, so grateful.
Yeah. Back-to-back in anything is tough.
Yeah, it is.
And, you know, when you guys are going to those meets, it's not like they didn't know that you guys were national champs, you know, so they knew that they had to step their game up too, you know, which elevated everybody. But in the end, here you are.
Yeah.
So back to kind of circling back to like the COVID times and stuff. When that was probably right in the middle of your season or right at the beginning, right?
Yeah. It was second semester of my freshman year.
Okay.
And yeah, it hit right before we were supposed to go to nationals. Oh. So yeah, it was just kind of like a waiting game and guessing game whether we were going to go or not. Yeah. And then once we finally had that, the news that like we're not going anymore, they cut it all off because it was supposed to be in New York.
Oh, that would have been cool.
And that's when it like hit, like it was so bad. So, yeah.
So no competitions at all that year?
The 2020, 2021 season, there was like still some meets. It just like wasn't as many. Okay. And they didn't like really count, I guess. Sure. But like, I felt like it counted for me because freshman year I didn't get to compete at all. And then I finally had the chance to compete my sophomore year. And I probably had like some of the best gymnastics I've ever done during that season. So I would say it counted for me because I was finally like, I guess, confident in my gymnastics and I felt comfortable. Yeah. So, those competitions, were they closed doors? Yeah, there were no fans allowed. Yeah. Had to wear masks, like even while we were competing. Yeah. And that was definitely hard trying to do gymnastics with a mask on. Yeah. But yeah, we would just like pull it down to our like nose, but like even that's hard. Yeah. So, but like I said, weird like, times, man, right? Yeah. Like we're gonna look back at this hopefully later on and be like, man, that was. I mean, we are right now. I mean, it was a trip. No, yeah, I was talking about that with my roommates the other day, and I said, honestly, like COVID was kind of like a fever dream. Like it happened, but at the same time, I feel like it didn't happen. Right. Because it felt so long in the moment, but like looking back, it's like I don't even remember like if it even happened or not. Yeah. Because it's like everything's kind of like back to normal now. Yep. Thankfully. But I don't know. That time was just crazy. I know that was it the NCAA that was giving student athletes an opportunity to stay, have another year of eligibility if they wanted? Yeah. One of my teammates who graduated last year, Rydia Jarvis, she took her 5th year. Okay. And I bet she was very happy that she
Yeah.
got to do that. Her body definitely does hurt,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
but I think she's really glad, and I'm glad for her that she was able to come back and do what she loves and win another national champion.
Yeah.
So.
Would you have fallen into that category too, or no? No.
I'm done with gymnastics.
Okay, but I mean, could you have done it? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I could have done a fifth year, but I know, I just wanted to move on.
Yeah.
Like I've ended it on a high note, so I think it's time to move on.
Yeah, like you said, you've given the sport and your life, to this for the last 16 years?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. Evelyn, I told you this morning that you were going to be on the podcast and stuff. So she wrote down some questions for you. Oh. So this is from Evelyn. So she's wondering, how old were you when you first started gymnastics?
I was 6 years old when I started gymnastics, and like at that age, that's kind of late to start gymnastics. A lot of people,
Really?
yeah,
6 is late. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people start when they're like 3 years old. Like they do like mommy and me classes and stuff like that, and that's how they get started.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you want to get into it like seriously, like go to the Olympics or whatever. Like a lot of people end up starting very young. So yeah.
What's your favorite part of gymnastics?
My favorite part is there's so many, to be honest. Definitely the opportunities that it gave me, and the lessons that I've learned from it. Like, and I guess a big thing is, a lot of people say this is like when you get a new skill for the first time, like that's kind of like an adrenaline rush. Like all your hard work definitely like paying off.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a good feeling.
Nice. Do you have any advice for young gymnasts?
Just like just remember to have fun. Like the reason why you started this sport is because it was so fun. And like once you grow up with the sport, just try to remind yourself like why you started it, why you fell in love with it. Because the sport can be very gruesome and brutal, but it's also a very beautiful sport at the same time. So just remember to always have fun.
Nice. Speaking of young gymnasts, you guys also partake in like helping out Coach Lauren, right, with like summer camps and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that been for you, kind of like seeing, the little girls or young kids and stuff in the gym with you, and like you're kind of showing them a thing or two?
Yeah. Well, I do the summer camps too, but during the semester, like this past year, we started this new thing. We did UW recreational classes.
Okay.
So I was a coach for that, and I remember this one girl. She learned how to do a handstand on the beam, and it was like beautiful. And I was like giving her high fives, and she was like showing her mom, and I'm like, that's crazy, because I just remember when I used to do that.
Yeah.
And it makes me so happy. And like I'm sharing my joy for this sport with the younger generation. And it makes me feel good. And I hope that those girls that I'm coaching continue with it.
It's cool to kind of put yourself in a different perspective too, right? It does give you that appreciation for, your previous coaches, or even our parents, right? And their never-ending support and whatever we decide to do.
Yeah.
But that's so cool. At what point did you like realize that, hey, I'm really good at this, and I want to stick with it and maybe pursue an opportunity to compete in college?
I kind of knew at like a young age. Like I think it was probably before middle school.
Okay.
I don't know. At that time, I kind of didn't know what was going on. I was just doing it just to do it. And then when I ended up being like a state bar champion, I was like, maybe I am like really good at this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I knew I was good at it. I loved the sport, but then injuries started happening.
Okay.
So that definitely kind of, my love for the sport was definitely changing. Mm-hmm. And it was hard, mm-hmm. I would say. I didn't know if I wanted to continue doing it, but I ended up sticking with it, and I'm honestly, like, so glad that I did. Mm-hmm. Because even though, like, I was recruited by Lauren definitely helped me find my love for this sport again, and I'm forever grateful that she was able to help me with that and with the team.
Yeah. I mean, sports are, is such a wonderful, like, platform for athletes to grow and learn, like, mm-hmm. how to face different challenges in life, mm-hmm. Like, there's tons of things that you are going to carry with you and apply down the road, and you're going to be able to accomplish those things because of the sport, right? Mm-hmm. And the people that have helped you, along the way. Yeah. Were you looking at any other schools at the time?
I was looking at Southern Eastern Missouri.
Okay.
Gosh, it feels like a long time ago. I don't even remember. I kind of just like pushed them to the side once I knew I was coming to Oshkosh. But I know Southern Eastern Missouri is one. I was looking at U of I in Illinois. I was looking at Ohio State. There's probably some other ones, but I just can't think of them at the moment. But I don't know. I'm glad with my choice.
Good.
I'm glad I stuck with it.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. So, a little bit about, like, your family background then. Mm-hmm. Siblings?
Yes, I'm the youngest.
Okay.
So I have an older sister and an older brother.
Okay.
My oldest sister lives in New Mexico right now.
Right on.
Yeah, and then my brother lives in Iowa right now.
Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay. Working now?
He's in school still. He goes to the University of Iowa.
Okay. Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah. My, oh man, I might get butchered for this, but my father-in-law, I believe, was a Hawkeye. So, go Hawkeyes. And then your parents are still working, or yeah?
Yep.
And they live in
Illinois.
Okay. So that was home for you guys for quite some time, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they ended up living for most of my life, because I don't know, like, the full story, but I know, like, my dad with his work, like, before I was born, they moved around a lot, and they lived in Texas for a little bit, so that's where my brother's from. He's from Texas.
Okay.
He was born there. They lived in Canada, because that's obviously where I was born.
Okay.
And the main reason why they moved to Canada is because my mom had breast cancer, but she's cancer-free now. She's been in remission for, I'd say, almost 22, 23 years.
That's great, yeah.
So, yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, like, my mom was also a breast cancer survivor. We both played violin.
Yeah.
But, yeah, our parents are both, immigrants from the Philippines and stuff, and I think it's pretty remarkable, the types of things that they've, all experienced, and to help pave the way for us, to give us opportunities and to give us, an opportunity for us to do what we do. Yeah. How long did you were born in Canada, then how long were you there for?
Not long.
Okay.
Definitely not a full year, because I think we moved, because when I was born, my dad was working in Chicago at that time. Okay. But obviously the rest of the family stayed in Canada. Okay. And yeah, he was, I remember him telling me the story. Like, he got the phone call saying, like, your daughter's about to be born. So he booked the first flight back to Canada. Like, he was saying how, like, all the seats were full, so he had to sit in, like, where the stewardess sit.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
So he was just like, I need to get on this flight.
I'm going.
Yeah. And then while he was on the plane, he was trying to figure out my name. So he said, okay, I'm going back to Canada. So he took Canada, backwards, took out the C, and that's how I got my name.
Oh,
So, yeah.
nice. Adana. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always like say that like a fun fact when I meet new people, and they're like, "Oh, that is so cool," and I go, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah. My dad also kind of messed around with my name, Marlo. He took the last two letters of my grandfather's name, which was Panfilo, and then my Lola's name was Maria, so it took the first three, so Marlo, Marlo.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Fun things, right?
Yeah.
So, random question, because you're a gymnast. If you were able to compete for a national team and you had to choose allegiance for with the country you were born in or the country you live in now?
Oh, I don't know. Even though like I was born in Canada, I was definitely still represent the USA because I've lived here my whole life, and I feel like it would be weird to represent Canada.
Yeah. Speaking of Olympians too, did you see the news with the Packers' recent signing?
Yeah, Lauren was saying how we should start a hashtag saying "Bring Simone to UWO."
Yeah.
So she's trying to make that happen, and I'm like, of course, right after I leave.
Right. Yeah. That would be pretty wild though if she was able to. I'm sure she's going to be a big part of the community whatever she does, you know. But that would be pretty wild to be like, yeah, I'll coach, I'll help out, and do whatever.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
just like met Simone Biles. And whatever.
So, who was your favorite gymnast growing up? Like, who were the people that like you admired and wanted to be like? Like, I wanted to be like Mike. I wanted to play in NBA. You know.
I really looked up to Carrie Strug.
Okay.
Because I can't remember the Olympic year on the top of my head, but she was vaulting, and she did for in gymnastics. You get to compete 2 vaults, not with college gymnastics. You just get 1, but
Okay.
in like elite level, you get 2. Her first vault, she falls, and something happened to her ankle, and she knew she had to, and her vaults depended on whether the USA was going to win or the other country was going to win. So she knew that it was all up to her. And she was limping down the runway about to perform her next vault. And she ends up landing the vault, but on 1 foot. And just the determination and I guess the selflessness that she had to like, even though like I'm going through it right now, but like there are bigger things going on, and I know people are like depending on me, and I don't know, just to like do something that's bigger than yourself, I guess.
I remember that. Like she looked like she was in extreme pain.
Yeah.
But when it was like, okay, game face, I'm doing this. Like she kept it together.
Yeah.
Up until the landing, right? Until afterwards, and then her coach came and gave her a big hug, right? And
Yeah. She like carried her off the podium.
Yep.
But I don't know, that I remember like watching that as a kid. Like I was just like looking up gymnastics videos and seeing that. I was like, there's no way that happened. But I was in awe. I was in shock. I was just like, that's amazing. The amount of strength that she had to do that for a country was, I admired it a lot.
Yeah. Very cool. So what's next? Now that you're all graduated and you got your diploma.
I actually leave Sunday because I'll be home for a little bit back in Illinois, but I leave next Friday to go to Glendale, Arizona. I'll be going to Midwestern University for physical therapy. I'll be there for the next 3 years.
Nice.
And I'm super excited. I love Arizona. I love being in the heat and not experiencing 4 seasons. Hopefully, because I know in the Midwest you can experience the 4 seasons in one day.
Yes, how true that is.
Yeah. So I'm excited for my next journey.
Yeah, nice. So that's not too far away then from your brother, right?
My sister.
Oh, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. New Mexico. That's right, brother in Iowa. Where in New Mexico is your sister?
Albuquerque.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be passing by her when we drive down to Arizona. So
Okay.
probably stop by and visit her.
I suppose you're gonna bring a car or something.
Yep, my dad's very persistent when it comes to or just he doesn't like to use U-Hauls. He likes to pack everything into his van.
Yeah.
And that's what he did with my sister. So yeah, we're taking my dad's car and I'm taking my mom's car. We're just packing everything, packing my life away in those two tiny cars.
Yeah. Are you guys going to make a little bit of a trip of it or plan stops and stuff? Or yeah.
Well, my dad's like, it's a 26-hour drive. I think we can make it through in 26 hours. I go, okay. We can do that. Me and mom are going to stop by, take a few stops.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool things that you'd be able to see along the way. You wouldn't have to stay for too long, but yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing I love about Arizona is just the landscape. Like here is just cornfields.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some mountains.
Sure.
Some variety.
Yeah. A lot of hiking and stuff to do around there.
Yeah, I know, because I'm rooming with second-year PT students, so they're kind of like going to be my mentors a little bit, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
And because I was telling them, like, if I lived with it would be nice to live with a first-year PT student, but I feel like if we're both confused, we're just both going to be stressed out. So to live with them, like, I'm glad that I was able to find, like, them. So, and they've already helped me out so much.
Yeah.
And I've only met them once.
Good.
So, yeah.
Were there any other like programs or places that you were looking at, or you're pretty well set on going out there?
Yeah, I was accepted into Mizzou's PT program.
Okay.
Because my old teammate who graduated last year, she goes there right now, and she's the one who suggested that I apply there. And I was like, I wasn't really looking at Mizzou, but I said might as well. And Mizzou's program, I definitely liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked the few people that I met that are already in the program. Some of the professors, they were very welcoming. And my friend who's in the program right now texted me like the day after my interview, was like, they loved you so much. They like mentioned me about you, and I was like, oh, that's got to be a good sign.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's good.
I was also accepted into Midwestern University's Downers Grove campus.
Okay.
So I was debating if I wanted to go there because at first I was waitlisted for the Glendale campus. So I was like,
if it doesn't,
if it doesn't work out, I can just go here because the Downers Grove campus was kind of like my last resort because I didn't want to live at home. I wanted to be out of Illinois and stuff like that. But money-wise, it just made sense. Yeah. Because my mom works at that campus.
Okay.
So good thing for me is that I get a little discount. So, and it's a private school, so that definitely helps.
For sure.
But yeah.
So was there what got you into wanting to be in like physical therapy and everything?
Yeah. So like I said, with gymnastics comes a lot of injuries, and I'd say like my high school and a little bit of my college years, I was injured a lot. But what helped me, and when I said like when I was injured, my love for gymnastics was very iffy. But my physical therapist is what helped me just continue doing it and continue like loving the sport because I had such a good relationship with my physical therapist. They not only wanted to know me as a patient, but like as a person. And they just knew how to connect with me. They knew how to cheer me up when they knew I was down. And that bond that we had, like, I feel like that made the healing process like 10 times better for me and my experience a lot better. And I feel like I just want to do the same. Yeah.
You know, I didn't really think about that until you said that, but you do have to find ways to help motivate your patients. Obviously, you know, you're helping them rehab through an injury. You want to get them back onto their feet. and then get them back to doing what they love, or just being able to function.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, tons of different kinds of injuries and whatever out there for people. But is there like any one area that you would like to like concentrate on, once you are finished with your degree and everything?
I've been into
are there like different specialties and stuff?
Yeah. I've like to go into orthopedics because that's just like what I've experienced my whole life.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind branching out a little bit. I know my roommate that I'm gonna have in Arizona. She is interested in doing neurophysical therapy.
Okay.
And I feel like that would be very interesting to do. So I don't know. Even though I've had experience with orthopedic, I'm not afraid to branch out.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to learn new things.
Would you ever want to have like your own practice, or you're cool with like?
I've never thought about that, but as of right now, I just want to get through school.
Yeah.
And then
One thing at a time.
Yep, one thing at a time.
Well, I got to connect you with my godbrother, Eric. He's got his own place in Cincinnati, Beyond Exercise, I believe is what it's called. Sorry, Eric, if I got that wrong. But, yeah, I just bumped into him a little while ago at a family wedding, and he's doing really well. Like, he's working with a whole bunch of athletes and stuff out there, and with, like, the soccer teams and other local, schools or whatever that are around there. I think it's a cool path, a cool journey. Like, we're gonna have lots of options, know. So, any which way you choose, I don't think you'll go wrong.
Everyone needs a physical therapist, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, any shout outs you want to give to anybody that you think might be listening?
I don't know who's going to be listening, but I'll still give a shout out. I'll give a shout out to Lauren Karnitz, the head coach of UW Gymnastics. Thank you for believing in me these past 4 years, and thank you for being one of the best support systems that I've had. Thank you for the girls on the team. If you've already graduated or if you're on the team, thank you for also being one of my best support systems. Thank you for Kennedy Springer, Haley Volstead, and Trinity Sawyer for always being there for me no matter what. I love you guys, and obviously I'll never forget you. We have to go on that Las Vegas trip.
Hey.
So and obviously my parents, thank you for being my number one support system through everything, through thick and thin. Thank you.
Nice. How about Oshkosh? What are you going to miss about Oshkosh?
The summers.
Summers, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's cool. You stay on campus then instead of going back? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss the farmers market, the going on the lake, and going to Fletch and Peabody's and just sitting by the fire, especially the foam party at Peabody's, even though it's a complete mess, but it's always a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just so fun here.
Yeah. You have to come back for homecoming, or
or
I'm sure you'll come back maybe for like a meet or two, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely be back October 14th to get my other ring.
Oh, yeah?
So we're getting...
That's fun.
Yep.
So they'll do it around homecoming time? Or
Yeah. Well, I know last semester they had us... they showed us the ring ceremonies during, like, halftime.
Okay.
So they brought us out into the field, and that was... well, I've already seen the ring, but a lot of the other girls didn't, so they, like, opened up our boxes, and they took pictures of, like, all of people's, like, first reactions. And
that's
just,
awesome,
like, like, wide-eyed, wide mouth.
Yeah. Very cool. What does the first one look like? And was that the first one for that program? Or has UW Oshkosh won one before?
Yeah, they've won before. It was just a long time since they've won.
Yeah.
But the ring is it has a Titan head in the middle, and then I think it says UW Oshkosh Gymnastics, like UW Oshkosh Gymnastics, like surrounding the Titan head, and it has gems all over it.
Very cool.
It has my name. It has a more on the side band.
Okay.
And then I can't remember what it has on the other side, but inside the ring, it has the initials. It's supposed to represent it's going to be a good day, because that's what we say before every practice. we do a cheer, and then we say, it's going to be a good day. And, yeah.
Nice.
That's kind of like our little saying that we
Nice.
have.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, like, do you have any, like, pre-competition, like, rituals or something like that? You know, where you have to, like, go through, like, that same routine, or is it kind of different before every competition?
I usually just, like, blast music. Like, obviously, like, music that's going to get me pumped up or something like that.
Yeah, what's on your playlist?
I have a lot. It's, I usually like listening to, like, Bruno Mars because he, like, makes me happy when I listen to his music, and I'm just, like, dancing around.
Yeah.
Or I listen to, like, Drake, Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert, just, like, those types of songs. But yeah, I usually just, like, blast music. I just goof around with, like, my friends and stuff like that, just to, like, keep loose. And then I ask one of my teammates, Audrey Kester. I hope I said her last name right. But, like, she does everyone's hair. She does my hair before every meet. Like, I'll text her the night before a meet, be like, so when are you doing my hair?
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then, like, right before we go out, like, before we get introduced, we always do, like, hallway cheers. And I'm usually the one to, like, lead it. Like, we do this thing where if you ever seen Remember the Titans, they do that cheer, the Mighty Mighty Titans song.
Yeah.
So, like, I scream that out, and everyone repeats after me. And I don't know.
Nice.
It's just, like, we just get each other hyped and stuff like that.
You have a video and stuff of that?
I don't think I have a video. I wish I wish I did. But, yeah, we started doing that also with the crowd this year, just, like, again, to, like, make sure they're interacting and stuff, make sure they're staying pumped and stuff like that. And I say that was, like, another thing I'm going to miss is just, like, leading that.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for joining.
Of course, thank you for having me.
I'm glad that we were able to cross paths and stuff here, and that Manila brought us together.
Yeah.
One more thing, I always ask all of our guests, you know, like, what's your go-to here? What do you like to order?
The Manila rice bowl with pork.
There it is. Yeah.
And of course the halo halo.
Halo halo is good. Yeah. So the origin of Manila Rice Bowl was maybe a year or two after we first opened up. Had some fun like the night before. Came in and I'm like, man, I don't know what I want to get. So then I asked, Chef Kuya Ninoy, like, if he could put something together. And I'm like, can you do the sisig with some bell peppers, onions, and then throw an egg on top of it? And he's like, yeah. So then I ate it, and then the rest of the team was like, wait, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. I just had them put it together. So they ordered the same thing. Like, this is great. Just throw it on the menu. So that's how the Manila Rice Bowl came to life.
Well, it's delicious every time.
Yeah. Well, good. Awesome. Well, thanks again.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Looking forward to following you along on your journey, and maybe we can do this again virtually, or next time you're in town.
Of course.
Get in that ring.
Yes. And I'm coming straight here to eat when I'm back here.
Right on. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us here on the Barkada Podcast, and we'll see you again on the next episode.
Bye.
Peace. Nice.
That was good.
Yeah.